You were pretty successful right out the gate. And I say successful, you had business right out the gate. How did you manage to do that? It was not. No,
okay. She took me under her wing. Said, come on here, little grasshopper. Let me teach you everything I know.
Today I am my gorgeous new listing.
Hey guys, it's Natasha with SoldByNat.com.
Okay, so I stopped out, got a pamphlet, 2- and 3-story townhomes.
I'll double check the MLS.
We're not family. So in life, celebrate the small things. Take some time to celebrate yourself.
Do you see that? Look at the windows. We're in Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, it's Natasha Brazil with SoldByNat.com, also known as Nat Knows Real Estate, and I have a very, very special episode today. I have a special guest. This is Jeanette Franklin tell them the name of your business.
Pack Your Patience Realty.
She did that. She named her business Pack Your Patience Realty because she has a lot of patience, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. This is a topic that we need to talk about so that people don't find themselves down this lane, if at all possible. So we're going to dive into that. But before we do, let's tell the good people how we got connected. So Jeanette is not only a realtor. You got licensed what year?
Last year.
So 2022, like what month?
March
of 2022. But she is not new to real estate because prior to that, you worked in what field?
Closing attorney, title company side.
Yes, for 8 years. So she is not new to real estate. And take it even further back, she used to be my client. She was a client back in 2014. Her and her husband bought their first home. It's your first home, right? Mm-hmm. Bought their first home with me. And she always said, when I get licensed, I'm going to come work with you. And several years later, she got her license. And as she's building her business, she's working with me as my client care coordinator. So it has come to fruition. So yes, it's a beautiful thing. So we're here. So we actually just finished recording a video about the closing attorney side of things, the title side of things. I will link that video here. It is a must watch for agents, whether you are new, seasoned, because even seasoned agents don't really get the closing attorney side. They're like, oh yeah, the closing attorney sent an email and they'll just get to it whenever. It's actually more important than we realize. So that is a reason why we wanted to do this video as well, as well as educate sellers and buyers why they need to provide that information when they get to that part. So please check out that video. But now let's start by talking about how was that process? Because I got licensed in 2011. Okay. You got licensed in 2022. I have heard that the test has gotten harder. If I had to take that test tomorrow, I don't know that I'd pass without studying and all of that. Only because, and I talk about it in my book. It's a chapter on that, just cram. You are cramming to pass the test. What you actually need in the business, you will learn in the field. So how was it going for your test?
It was very difficult. This is the hardest test I've ever taken in my whole entire life.
Really?
Outside of college. Even I had doctors and nurses, and they were saying that they believed the real estate test was harder than their medical test. I literally had people say that in my class. Mm-hmm.
What?
It's a tough test, and a lot of the questions are paragraphs long, and they put little words in there to try to trick you up, and you really have to know the information. You can't I'm just gonna memorize it. You have to know it because it's scenario based a lot. In a lot of some situations, they don't give you A, B, C. They give you multiple choice, but it's you have to know what it is based on the scenario they created for you. So a lot of it is paragraphs, each question.
I do say that in the book. It's not a test where you're all right, go to class. Mm-hmm. I'll just cram and pass. No, you have to allow time outside of class for studying, reading, and all of that stuff, kind of thing.
Repetition, you got to constantly, if you can constantly listen and hear, if you can, get some of the vocab, and you constantly, just play it in your ear. It has to, be embedded in your mind. So you just know it. Like, you know the concept, like, okay, this means this. This is what they're talking about in this situation. Because, the typical, oh, okay, I'm going to memorize these definitions, and then I'm going to go in here, and then I'm going to take
And after having passed the test and now being in the field, can you count how many times you're like, oh, I remember that from real estate school? I really wonder why they don't bridge the gap more between what you're learning and what you actually need in the field.
They should. I mean, because it's like night and day.
Yeah, I just did all that to like, what do I do now kind of thing. Like, I don't get that part.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why it's really important that you, one, sign up with a broker that is a good broker, that you're going to have the support that you need, and also have resources to give you that help. What has been the best thing since getting your license?
I would say helping the clients. Like, seeing them win has been like so rewarding and so gratifying. Like, seeing them, get their keys and, they have a roof over their head and they, have a home for their family, and they accomplish that major goal. Because at the end of the day, real estate is a wealth building too. A lot of people don't know that, but it's going to set them up. That gives me great joy. And it's like, all of it is worth it at the end of the day once they cross over the finish line. So.
Okay. Before I ask you the other part of that, what made you want to get into real estate? Because it's something you've always wanted to do.
It's something I always wanted to do ever since I was like 12. So I had this vision at 12 that I wanted to own my own apartment complex. Yeah, I know. A lot of people don't know that, but since I was at 12, I wanted to own my own apartment complex, and I just didn't know how to get there at 12, but I knew that I wanted to be in some form of real estate. And then,
oh my God! Wow.
Yeah, and turns out it's in my bloodline. I didn't even know. Like, my great grandmother, bought land back in the day. For her children. back in the day.
Right.
When we weren't even allowed. So,
right.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
And then when we were recording the other video, I heard you say that you worked in property management.
Yes, I used to be a property manager for several apartment complexes in Marietta.
Ooh, I am already seeing how this is going to come full circle. Wow, that's huge. Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited to see. So
been around the world.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is just touching the surface right now for you in real estate. Okay. All right, let's go to the other side. What has been the most trying?
What they don't tell you is that it's really management of people, not houses. Their personalities, their situations, their emotions, their money, because some of them have to help out. So, they don't tell you that, you're managing people. You think it's houses, you're selling houses. The house is just there. You have to help the person, and sometimes you have to mold them and bring them back down to reality to get to the house. So yes, management of people.
And I talk about that in the book. It's the emotional side of real estate. We are paying psychologists, therapists, all of it. It's all the is's.
All this is.
We are involved in it. Like, that was the biggest thing for me. And I'm not saying just because I wrote the book. I wish I would have had this when I was coming up, because I just felt like I just had so much struggle with thinking I was doing it wrong. Because I didn't realize, no, it's just real estate. It took me so long to realize, no, it's just real estate. This is the business of real estate. I just felt like if I did better, or I did this right, or if everybody did what they were supposed to do and everything was perfect, this would go better. No, it's just the business of real estate. It's just real estate, and you know what to expect. This is just what it is. It's not just you. You're not doing it wrong. It's just, of course, we can always improve and always do that. But this is what comes with real estate. It comes with the territory, and that's what gets me. People are legit getting into the business of real estate based on what they see on Instagram And on these reality TV shows, they are seeing the glitz and the glam. They are seeing the big closings, the extravagant gifts. And they're like, I want to do that. There is so much in between that and getting your license that you need to be adequately prepared for. That's what's in here. Where you were pretty successful right out the gate. And I say successful, you had business right out the gate. How did you manage to do that? It was not. Okay.
She took me under her wing. Said, come on here, little grasshopper. Let me teach you everything I know.
Wax on.
Wax off.
No,
yes.
No, your first closing did not come. It wasn't me.
No, I had a friend that referred someone.
See? Yeah. So that was you. So once you got licensed, you were just out there like pounding the pavement. Like what you
I just hit the ground running. I was like, oh, whoa.
Hit the ground running, and I cannot shout this from the rooftops enough. Like you have to be motivated. Yes, I was there for her, but I cannot motivate her to get out of bed in the morning and do what she needs to do. She already had that in her. So if you are thinking about getting in the business of real estate, you have to have that drive and that want and build your business, because essentially you're building your business. Real estate is not for the faint. It is not for the weak. It is not like, it's not for, and like you are coming over here to work and it will test every piece of patience, every piece of emotion that you have. Speaking of testing emotions, she had a transaction, a new construction transaction. Mm-hmm. I would say new construction, you can't even say new construction is going to be totally smooth sailing, but on the surface, you would think for the most part it's going to be pretty smooth sailing, especially because they're using the builder's preferred lender, right?
Right.
So I'm going to hop in here if you want to take it back, but this is where I'm seeing it. So things are going pretty smooth. You have buyers that are relocating from another state.
They're relocating from New York here to Atlanta.